Good evening, race fans. Sunday night racing again here at GRDC. It is the penultimate round of our Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series 2. So, Mount Panorama, it's going to get a little bit spicy. Let's just have a quick update of the current standings. Without David Lindblom racing last week, we do have a new pro leader at the moment in the form of Rich Gasson. Only got a 4-point lead over David Lindblom and Werner Skoman, who won last time out at Suzuka, is currently in third. But we've got a couple of new guys joined that should spice things up right at the pointy end. So we've got Rommel van Nimmen and Bran Gobers. Apologies if I'm pronouncing these names wrong, but they're both looking very, very quick. And I have noticed that Rommel has an alien rating on SimGrid as well. That's not easy to come by, so that's going to be exciting. And I think the last couple of rounds are going to be pretty spicy. Let's have a look at the AM standings, where we've got Jacco Vanek. Jackie is within the way at the moment, but closely followed by Chrissy Wilson and John Bunny Mitchell. Aero in fourth and Paul Garnham in fifth. That's going to be the three guys at the top there. Jackie, Bunny and Chrissy Wilson have been quite closely paced all championship so far, so that's going to be really interesting to keep an eye on as well. So we've got lots going on, and it is wide open for overall pro winners and pro overall AM honours, which is fantastic. So let's jump back to the action and catch up with some of the guys on track. Right. So we've got a couple of new guys as well who've joined us in AM. We've got Damon Douglas. This is actually his first. We've actually got he's actually his first online race. He's been racing ACC for a couple of years, but has now decided to get involved with the league and has joined us, which is fantastic. Also got Phil Brown, who's joined us for the first time as well tonight. So that is really good. So there's a few minutes left in free practice at the moment. So let's just bring you up to speed with what we've got going on at GRDC this week. So during the week we've got our AMS2 races on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. This week's track on AMS2 is Mosport, the Canadian IMSA track. And we are doing lots of testing in the run up to the end of the year, testing all the different tracks, car combination, checking all the service settings and all the new stuff that has arrived in the 1.6 update. So tomorrow we are racing LMP3 prototypes, and on Wednesday we've got our multi-class IMSA setup, the hypercars, the LMDHs, the LMP2s and of course GT3s. And then on Friday, we're going to do a little bit of single-seater action. So we are running the F3s on Friday. If you want to get involved in that and you haven't joined the Discord yet, there is a link to the Discord in the details of the stream. And then Saturday nights, we have a nice chill-out night with Wreckfest, relaxing to the sound of mangling metal. And then of course on Sunday it will be our final round of our Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series 2 from Monza. He loves a bit of Monza action. So good evening everybody. Anyway, hola Gaza. Dan Make, how are we doing? Don't forget to give us a like, please, on the stream. Helps out massively. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything, and of course helps us out as well. If you're watching over on Twitch, give us a follow. Most appreciated. How are we all doing this evening anyway? Who is your favourites? Who do you think is going to head out the pro podium, and who do you think that's going to head out the podium? Oh, good evening, Mr. Canty. And why are you not racing yourself this evening, I ask you? Mikey Ball's back after a couple of weeks away, looking fresh and feeling good in his newly built sim rig. I'm sure he's going to gain at least another couple of seconds. No more flexing. Oh, sorry, Mike. Putting the new guys out on track. The pits at the moment. We've got Damon Douglas from the United States. Nice chap as ever. Catch up with him earlier on. Sporting the Lambo tonight. And one of our new guys as well, Phil Brown, racing in the BMW. It's about 30 seconds left in free practice before we get on to qualifying. So we've got 15 minutes of qualifying. And then that will be followed by a 60-minute race. There is a mandatory pit stop. And the mandatory pit stop is for fuel. There is a 25-second refueling time. If they want to add tyres to their pit stop, it will add another 5 seconds. That's a Spirit. That's a Spirit Ash. Right, let's just get ready for quali. Evening, Chrissy. So we're just getting quali underway. Jacob Borrowick looks like he's the first one out. Yeah. This is the most difficult bit of the stream for me, quali, to keep up with everyone's lap times. A lot easier in the race when you can jump between the delta goes. Yes, absolutely. Bring on Monza next week. Will be a cracking race. Quite like having Monza as the last track of the season. We had it the last track last week. I think that might become a bit of a tradition. Let's jump on board. Where's Jacco? There he is. So Jacob informed me yesterday, was it? I think that this is one of his preferred and better tracks. I'm hoping for a strong performance from Jacob tonight. Let's see what he can do on his first flying lap. Let's go on board. As he heads around the last corner of his flying lap. Across the start finish line to start his first flyer. Traffic. Let's hope it doesn't slow Jacob down. But it does, unfortunately. Oh, we got a beamer in the sand trap at the top of the mountain. What an awesome track this is, Mount Panorama. It's one of those tracks that certainly delivers a hell of a driving experience, through most of it being absolute terror, which is fantastic if you ask me. What a great track when you get it right and you absolutely nail the lap. It does certainly feel very, very good. Of course, if you end up in the wall, not quite so good. Evening, Dave. I hope you are well, mate. So Jacob, right, here he goes. So Gobers goes with a 2 minutes 2 minutes 5 seconds. Van Leeuwen is currently second with 2:01.1. Rich Gasson fourth with 2:01.4. Schoman's just gone second with 2:07. Lindblom is just coming around last corner and across the start finish line now, and goes second with 2:06. We need to keep our eyes on all five of those drivers. They're going to be very, very close as well. And not forgetting Stevie Morgan, who's had a cracking couple of weeks, puts it fourth with a 2:08. Aero crossed the line with 2:05.5. Right, hoping they start getting a bit more spread out and we can start tracking them as they cross the line. So let's go back with Jacobs. He's going to be the first again to come and set a second flying lap. He's coming through the mountain into the back straight, and he's currently half a second up, so he's definitely going to improve. But also David Lindblom is currently 6 tenths up. Gasson is 3.5 tenths up. Morgan is nearly 2 tenths up. So as Jacob goes through the kingdom down to the last corner, he's gaining a little time, 6.5 tenths up now. He just needs to keep it nice and pinned around this last corner, gaining time, 7.5 tenths up, crosses the line with a 2:01.55. Right, can't move the mouse quick enough. Gomez crosses the track, the line with 2:05 is still old. Rich Gasson is coming around. No, it's the first corner. So there's a 2 minute point 9. Skoman has crossed the line with 2 minute point 7. Steve's coming around the last corner now, nearly 2 tenths up, 10.5 up, fourth with a 2 minute point 7. So currently our AM pole sitter is Yaki, who looks like he's just backing off to set a lap up. It's currently 8th overall. Our pole driver 2 minute 02.0. Right. Bunny Mitchell coming round the last corner is 4.5 tenths. I've just lost a little bit coming out. Oh, I just lost a little bit. Currently 15th overall, 2:04.2. Who is just in front of David? So, okay, so David's not on the moment. Spears. Vernon is currently third with a 2 minute point 7. Heading down the back straight, 4.5 tenths up. It is a bit warm. Well, it's not quite as warm at the moment as it was in practice, but I think during the race, as it's a little bit later in the day, the temperature is certainly going to go up. It's going to make those tyres a bit sticky. Werner coming down to the last corner, just under 5 tenths up. And crosses the line, goes over 2 minute point 2. Superb effort from Werner, puts it on pole, taking it to the other drivers. Paul Sims currently 8th with a 2:01.4. Donato crosses the line with 2:03.2. Second in AM at the moment. Paul Gardham's just crossed the line and is third in AM with a 2:03.3. Kev Walker's just crossed the line with a 2:03.4 and he's fourth in AM. Right, who is on a flyer? Let's have a look. Jules is half a second up, heading down to the last corner. Currently 11th, which will be 10th in Pro. The 2:02.2 is going to improve and jumps up to 9th with a 2:01.9. Right. These guys coming round now are on the opening out lap. Paul Sims is on a flyer as he comes off down the back straight. Is about evens on his previous lap at the moment. A 2:01.4 has just aborted his lap. Right, who else is up? Renato is just a little bit up on his lap at the moment. Just in front of him, though, is David Sharp, who is second up on his previous best of a 2:06.2. Heading to the last corner. I missed it, sorry, David. David Lindblom has taken pole. He was showing blue on the map, though, so I didn't think it was a valid lap. And he's taken pole over 2 minutes .092. The guys are looking very close to getting into the 159s. Kev Walker improves with 2:02.9. Oh, our super smooth thing, club trustee, the second up on his previous lap, jumped up to 17 for 2:03.9. Here's 2:48. I can't see anyone. James Payton in through to 11th with a 2:02.2. Right, here we go. Van Nimmen, one of our new pros, joined for tonight's race. First time racing here at GRDC, is 3.5 tenths up, nearly 4 tenths up. Currently fifth with 2 minutes, 0.687. Is going to definitely improve. And jumps up to a third with a 2 minutes, 0.535. David Lindblom is on a hot lap about the same time at the moment that he currently did, a 2 minutes, 0.092. Can he improve as he heads down to the last corner? Still about even on his previous lap. Gets a good exit. Does improve just a tad up to a 2 minutes, 0.0. Oh, no, it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. 93. David Sharp's not up. 159. Roberto Renato's not up. Who's that? Paul Garnham is a fraction up on his previous lap. Currently fourth in Am, or just catches the bump and loses it. Kev Walker's not quite up at the moment. Who else is on the lap? James Payton, currently 11th overall, 10th in Pro. Previous lap with 2 minutes and 0.02.205 is slightly up as he heads to the last corner. Can he improve? 1 minute 50 left on the clock. This is the last chance for people crossing the line to get a lap in. It does improve up to 10th with 2 minute 02.007. Okay, who is at the front of that gaggle of cars coming off the mountain? 369 is David Douglas. Joined us tonight for the first time. Is 1.7 seconds up on his previous best of a 2 minutes 10.362. And who's that behind him? So we can catch that as well. Trev Waite's he's not up at the moment. Davies behind there, he's not up at the moment. 188 is not up at the moment. Number 12. Govers is up as he comes round to cross the line. Jumps up to third with 2 minutes 0.367. David is still not quite improving on his 2 minutes 0.092, still on pole. Renato is gaining on his current 2 minutes and 3.005. And does improve slightly. 2 minutes 2.785. Kev Walker's not improving. James Payton is. He is ever so fractionally slightly up on his previous lap of 2:02.007. He's going to improve ever so slightly. 2 minutes. No, he doesn't. It's exactly the same time. 24 is. Buddy Mitchell is half a second up. His previous jumps up to 17th overall, 6th in class, 2 minutes 03.680. And Phil Brown is 1.1 seconds up on his previous best. He's going to get a massive jump here from his previous lap and jumps up to second in class, 13th overall with 2 minutes 02.442. Fantastic. Who have we got? Steve Morgan, currently sixth with a 2 minutes 0.770. He's ever so slightly up. It does improve to sixth with 2 minutes 0.680. Govers is still third with 2 minutes 0.335. Paul Sims is on a hot lap. He's going to be the last person to cross the line. He's currently 8th with a 2:01.447. He is through the 2.5 tenths up as he crosses the line. Bruce is 7th with 2:01.2. Ooh, I need a rest. Right, let's get ready for the race. So our pro lineup looks like this. On pole is our super Swede David Lindblom, 2 minutes .092, followed by Werner Skoman. Great effort from Werner, 2 minutes .290. And third is Gobers, one of our new pro drivers with us, 2 minutes .335. And his teammate Van Nimmen right behind him with 2 minutes .535. Rich Gasson, 2 minutes .565. And Stevie Morgan, 2 minutes .680. That is very, very close. Our AM looks like this. Jackie Van Eck has taken pole in AM. He is 11th overall. And pole in AM with a 2:02.082. Second in AM is Phil Brown, who is 13th overall with a 2:02.442. And then Renato Ribeiro is third in AM with a 2:02.75. This is going to be really, really good. We've got a couple of the faster guys from previous rounds. So watch out for them because I have a feeling they might start to make their way through. You've got Bunny Mitchell and you've got Paul Garnham. I think they're going to be quite strong. And then obviously you've got our super smooth Finn Aerovisiori be making some moves as well. Right, let's get ready for the race. 60 minutes of racing coming up with a mandatory pit stop for fuel. And if they want to take tyres, it will add an extra 5 seconds to their pit stop time. Traditionally, a little bump on the wall, a little bit longer in the pits to repair a bit of damage and make or break your race here at Mount Panorama. We know how treacherous the mountain is. And we've also seen from the previous rounds how many spots somebody can jump in the pit stop. Will they take tyres? Will they save those extra 5 seconds in the pits? It's only gain advantage. Will that be not so good at the end of the race? Who knows? With those tyres wearing, it's not as warm as the practice server, so that is gonna play into the hands of those that can look after their tyres. Perhaps if you can go without sliding, without an incident, you might just be able to get away and extend your lead over your opponent by 5 seconds by not taking tyres. So as the guys head out for their warm-up lap, we know how quick that Nissan is in a straight line. And we know how quick these drivers are. He stopped them. I thought something was amiss, but he's got going again. That's excellent. Can the two new boys put a dent in the championship for the likes of Rich Gasson, David Lindblom, Stevie Morgan? Oh yeah, I was still on B right back. Just testing you guys, see if you're awake. Yeah, we know how guys these are, fast these guys are, especially this front six. No offence to the other guys racing, but Stevie Morgan, Rich Gasson, Bernard Scoman, David Lindblom have shown that they are very, very quick. David has, yes, hit those, and if it wasn't for his, let's call it a mishap at Card, he would have a little bit more of a bit of a lead at the head of the World Championship. So it is going to be a really interesting battle. But keep an eye on Jacob. This is his strong track, he tells me, so looking for a good performance. Paul Sims, normally super clean driver, super consistent, so we'll be picking up and punishing those that make mistakes. Jackie Van Eck, I know he was a little bit nervous for this round. Everyone's a little bit nervous for Mount Panorama, whether they like to admit it or not. He needs to keep it clean. He's got a few cars between him and nearest championship rival at the moment, John Bunny Mitchell, with Chrissy Wilton unable to race tonight because he was raving with his kids. Right. I will try to bring you all of the action and keep an eye on all of the close battles going on. So with the potential slowness of off the line that the Ferrari produces, is that going to give Rich Gasson and Steve Morgan the opportunity to maybe try and get a move done before they go up the mountain for the first time? Will the slowness of the Ferraris play into the hands of Scoman and Lindblom and give them just the fresh air between the two cars behind that they would need as the guys head down towards the start finish line? It is green, green, green. We are racing here at Mount Panorama. James Payton has got a drive through from the start. He was obviously out of place as they guys head to the mountain for the first time. Everything seems to be clean so far. And we see Richie Gasson and Steve Morgan just rubbing a bit of paint as they go round the right-hander, which gives the opportunity for Jacob Orowick to get past Richie Gasson. It's all looking good so far. A couple of places being exchanged here and there, but everyone's been quite sensible so far on this opening lap as they head across the top of the mountain for the first time. Making sure no mistakes are done early. Keeping it nice and clean. Getting the heat into the tyres and the brakes. It just clips the wall on the exit. Gasson is right in the toe. That Nissan is fast, but that BMW's not too shabby either. But he looks to the inside. Is he going to be able to make the move done before the kink? This is going to always be treacherous. do a very, very good job side by side. Gasson just picks up a little bit of dust from 2 wheels on the grass. Okay. Now people are crossing the line. We can start to see where these battles are happening. Brown just running a little bit wide on the exit of turn 1, just giving a bit of space now for Jacco to extend his lead over the other AND drivers, but that has given the opportunity for Renato Ribeiro, closely followed by Kev Walker, who is managed to get past Phil Brown as well. Younger Mr. Canty, why are you not racing tonight either? Just cushioned the wall as well. As Jacco is wanting to put a bit more distance between him and the other rounds, as he was putting the pressure on Trev Waits, Aston Martin. We've got teammate on teammate as they head down the back straight. Govers is in the slipstream of his teammate Van Nimmen. Is he going to look to get a move done? I'm sure there is no team orders going to happen here. And he's going to push him all the way, but doesn't go for a move yet. Likely to have exactly the same setup on each car, I would imagine, if they are teammates. So currently we've got David Lindblom out in front, but he is being hunted down by Werner Schoeman, fresh from his victory last week at Suzuka. Lindblom didn't race. Something seems to have happened here. Bunny Mitchell up to 4th in AM. Phil Brown has dropped to the back of the pack after his unfortunate exit of turn 1 last time around. Stevie Morgan has, let's just jump on board with Steve and see what's happened. Let's jump back 15 seconds and see what's happened here, because Steve, he seems to have come unstuck, hit the wall, and has he's RTG'd. That looks like it is bad damage for Stevie Morgan and has scuppered his chances of some big points tonight. It's withdrew to avoid penalty points. Ah, yeah, Fanny. Battles going on at the moment. Let's just jump back to Phil Brown, who's starting to make some moves again, but it looks like Mikey Ball has got some damage. The front of that McLaren is looking a little bit squished at the front, so he has come unstuck. But back to this battle for overall race leader David Lindblom, trying to shrug off the challenges of Werner Schoeman, but Werner is pushing very, very hard and it's under half a second behind the Nissan of David Lindblom. I bet it must be frustrating just knowing just how much power and grunt that Mustang has got. He's in the slipstream but not making headroads. That Nissan is super fast in a straight line. He's only gained a 10th in the toe by the end of that long straight. Just shows you the power that that Nissan is producing currently in ACC. Let's jump back to Rich Gasson as he is trying to reel in the BMW of Jacob Borowicz. Richie obviously lost some places and lost position to Jacob on the second lap, coming together with Stevie Morgan rubbing a bit of paint and losing track position. Good work from Jacob though. It's a great start, taking advantage of what happened in front of him, so he's currently 5th overall. But Rich Gasson is right in the slipstream of the BMW. Is he going to have enough run down the straight this time around? He's gaining. He moves to the inside. Jacob did a very good job of defending last time around when Richie tried this move. And again, they are side by side. But Richie Gasson gets it done this time round. Last time round, he kicked up a couple of wheels on the grass, lost a bit of momentum. This time does an excellent job and takes 5th place from Jacob. Great driving. Jacob is straight back in the tow to see if he can get a move done, a reverse that overtake as we watch Phil Brown, new driver on new driver, flicks to the inside. Well defended from Damon Douglas. Oh, he just runs a little bit deep, and that is the position taken by Phil Brown. Jumping back to this pro battle for 5th place. Jacob wanting to get the position back from Richie Gasson. Trying to stick as close as he can to the rear diffuser of the Nissan going across the mountain. Let's just jump back to the battle for 8th and 9th. Jules Flint versus Trev Waite as they come down the mountain. BMW versus Aston. It's just Jacob and Richie coming off the mountain now. Is Jacob going to be close enough going down the straight? He is 0.6 away. He's not going to be close enough this time around to make a move. So let's just jump back to Porsche. As we've had in many of the races this season, Porsche's very evenly balanced. So we've got John Buddy Mitchell behind him, right in his slipstream is Paul Garner, and right behind him is Eero Vasuri. Not close enough to make a move down the straight. His view of the race comes down the last corner over the start-finish line to start their 5th lap. We'll just see if Aero is close enough in the slipstream. Not this time around, he's not. Head round the right hander and up the mountain once again. Trev still trying to chase down Jules. We'll keep an eye on that. The Aero trying to get close to Paul Garner just to see if he can force an error as they head across the mountain. Can be so treacherous to stick to the rear bumper of the car in front going over the mountain. That is just what you need to do to see if you can set a move up going down the back straight. See if you can get in the slipstream and use it to your advantage. As Paul Garner, he gets it wrong, gets it wrong going into the last corner of the mountain, but that means to take avoiding action. Aero ran a bit wide and did a very good job not to put it into the wall and get any damage. Absolutely, Gaza. Show some love. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. We do this every Sunday night here at GRDC. This is our feature ACC race in the championship, the Luke Addison Racing sponsored Sunday Series 2. It's the second time we've done this. And what a Series 2 it has been. The racing has been fantastic. Close battles going on all through the field, in AM and in Pro. The racing has been great. But as Jules and Trev head up the mountain once more, let's just touch base with our race leader, David Lindblom, who has stretched the gap out in front of Werner Schoben and his Mustang to 1.7 seconds, 1.8 seconds. Is there anybody that can match David Lindblom for pacer here at GRDC? I mean, to be fair, this is not exactly the track that you shine at 100% of the time, is it? We know how difficult Mount Panorama can be. Just a little bump here, a little bump there, and you lose so much momentum. As Jacob is again in the slipstream of the Nissan of Rich Gasson. I think that Nissan has just got too much pace in a straight line. In the slipstream, he didn't gain a thing. Stayed exactly 0.3 seconds behind the Nissan. And it's not as if the BMW is a slouch in the straight line, is it? So let's just touch base with our AM leader at the moment, Jackie Van Eck. Not just AM leader on track, he is also our current AM championship leader in this penultimate round. He has got a 5.4 second lead over the nearest AM on track to him at the moment. That is Renato Ribeiro. And this is a good, solid first 15 minutes of the race from Renato. I know how much he loves this track. Let's just jump back to the battle for 17th as we've got Bill Brown getting back on terms with some of the drivers he had to yield to after running deep a few laps ago. But that is looking like a very battered McLaren of David Sharp. It looks like he has had a mishap or two with the walls. And an easy job for David to do. Just checking on Porsche v Porsche v Porsche. It is not the easiest track to overtake on. You have got to send it, and you have got to send it big when you do. Well, we'll watch these guys come down the mountain and down the back straight, and they will just check in with the other drivers as the field is quite nicely spread out in places. Steve Morgan still in the pits. It looks like he's just going to sit there now, unfortunately. Gutted for Steve, who has shown so much pace in his first season here at GRDC. Some excellent efforts and pushed Lindblom hard in a couple of the races as well. And that's not easy. That is not easy. Right, let's check in with the others. So David Lindblom, our current leader, just stretching his lead a little bit more over Skoman, keeping it nice and tidy. But as we know, one little mistake can be so costly here. Skoman is second place, and this will be some good points scored for Werner if he can keep it nice and tidy. What about new drivers? I'm not sure I pronounce his first name. Van Nimmen. Currently in third. Teammate Gober's behind him. 2.4 seconds back. He seems to have dropped off the pace of his teammates in front. Rich Gasson in fifth. Can't quite shug off the BMW of Jacob. So let's check in. We've got Paul Sims behind him, just keeping an eye on the battles back behind, because as Gaz has correctly pointed out, we've now got the pro driver catching the back of this poultry battle as they head across the middle of the mountain down the other side. How much run out of that corner is this AMG going to produce? He's right in the slipstream of the Porsche in front of Aero Joe, who's just dropped off the pace of the two Porsches in front of him now. This is, so he's not in the slipstream, so this is giving James all of the slipstream and nothing for Aeros. Really pressures down the rear diffuser of that Porsche. They head into the last corner. Can he set it up for turn one? He's not going to be close enough. Is he going to get a great exit out of turn one and set it up for the right hander before they go up the mountain? Oh, gutty for you, Steve, mate. Gutted for you. James not quite close enough this time round. You did well, mate, and good of you to the RTG. Lots of people wouldn't do that, but I appreciate the standards that you keep, Steve, and I am absolutely gutted for you, mate. Really am. Jacob versus Richie Gasson, but looked like he was going to be close enough coming off the mountain, but that Nissan is just too darn quick in a straight line. So Aero has managed to get a bit closer this time around. He was dropping off of the rear end of Paul Garnham. Has gained a couple of tenths, but as oh Mikey, let's jump back 15 seconds, see what happened there, because he looked like he was going to make a move round the outside. Just backed off, but they both catch the wall. Oh, and Mikey just too much lock on as he bounced and bounced to the wall. James still trying to chip away at Aero. Can he get close enough? As he head round for the 10th time, we've got 38.5 minutes left on the clock. So we are coming towards pit stop time. What sort of strategy are the guys going to be running? Are they going to risk it for a biscuit? and not change tyres and save themselves 5 seconds. Will that help, or will it not pay off at the end of the race when the tyres are going to be out there most warm? James looks like he's trying to get close enough over the second half of the mountain to try and force an attack down the back straight. Turn in early and power on as early as you can as you come off the last corner. But he's not gaining enough, should we say, down the back straight. He's only a tenth in the slipstream of the Porsche, but he looks to the inside anyway, but to no avail this time around. Let's jump back between this ongoing battle between Rich Gasson in the Nissan and Jacob Borwick in the BMW. That, potentially Paul Sims won't change. We know how good he is on his tyres, used to it racing endurance races as well, so can definitely make his tyres last the hour. As we've seen, James Payton is the first one to hit now, and Phil Brown is now pitting as well. Let's have a look at some of the stats of the first half of the race. We have got the fastest lap of the race from our current race leader. No surprise, David Lindblom, our super fast Swede, of a 2 minutes point 222. Let's have a look who are the biggest movers and losers. So currently we have Trevor Waite has gained 3. Oh no, Bunny Mitchell has gained 4 positions from the place he started. Trev Waite has gained 3. 2 cars behind him is Errol, who has gained 3 positions as well. We will have a look at that again toward the end of the race. Garner not close enough to launch an attack on John Bunny Mitchell at the moment. The Merc certainly does look class on track. It sounds phenomenal as well. As we see Phil Brown, Damon Douglas and David Sharp also in the pits. James Payton is now out. So right at the pointy end of the grid, they are fairly spread out. Let's jump on board with David Lindblom. Still seems to be unchallenged for his campaign to win the Pro Championship first time out here at GRDC. I beg that it will be a little bit closer next week though, at the final round at Monza. Most people are fast at Monza, let's be honest. But how fast? As David comes into the pits. So this is what we need to keep an eye on, because Werner is staying out, Van Niemann is staying out, but Van Niemann is starting to reel in. The Mustang of Werner Skoman. Could this be a bit of a twist in the story? And points, of course, for Werner. definitely closing, and at quite some rate at the moment. Was this from a bit of a mistake from Werner, or is it just that the Mustang is starting to show a little bit of wear on the tyres? We know how good on tyres a Ferrari in ACC is if you are not sliding and spinning. Renato Ribeiro is in the pits. David Lindblom is out of the pits now. So we'll keep an eye on when Werner and Van Nimmen go into the pits as they pass the back marker. Damon Douglas coming off the mountain. Good job by David. Let's point this out as well, because we don't just focus on the super fast here at GRDC. This is a proving ground for everybody to gain experience, and a big shout out to Damon tonight, because this is his first online race. He's been racing ACC for a couple of years, but he's now bitten the bullet and jumped in to not just an online race but a league as well. And fair play to him, and everyone here at GRDC. We're not just wishing the best of luck, but we'll help him in every way that we can as well. As we see David Lindblom coming off the mountain, Kev Walker making it nice and easy for David to get past, because again, although it's a position on track, he knows it's not that battle, and of course David has pitted. Werner is in the pits. Skoman is in Skoman's in, Gobers is in the pits as David comes down to the last part of the lap. Let's check where he comes out in comparison to Werner. Werner not moving yet as David comes and crosses the line. Werner still not moving, only just starting to move now. So David is going to, looks like he's going to gain a bit of advantage from the pit stop over Werner, who was in P2. But we need to keep an eye on when Van Nimmen goes into the pits, because he was right on the chuff of Werner Skoman before Werner headed into the pits. Is it that the Mustang needed a fresh set of boots on? Everybody nicely split out at the moment as Paul Garnham heads into the pits. Yaki, our current AM leader, has got a nice gap between himself and the second placed AM of Kev Walker at the moment. Kev, of course, we know very, very well from Sim Seniors and our time doing the academy over there. As it won't make it difficult for Werner to get past. And this is just what Werner needed, a nice bit of slipstream down the back straight. Van Nimmen is now in the pits. Now this is going to get interesting. Let's stay on board with Werner at the moment as he makes an easy pass of Kev Walker. Those who have pitted from the front part of the lap making their way past some of the guys in AM who haven't pitted yet. But let's keep an eye on Van Nimmen, who is just coming out of the pits now. Where is Skoman? He's coming around the first corner now. Van Nimmen has taken advantage of the pit stop and gained advantage over Skoman. This is going to be frustrating for Werner. Oh, if he's got fresh boots on that Mustang, he was so quick in the first third of the race. Can he start to show some of that pace in the second half of this race and get back past Van Nimmen and gets those points that he needs. Oh, pushing perhaps a little bit too hard on perhaps tyres that are not quite up to temperature yet. So John Bunny Mitchell is in the pits. Errol is in the pits. As we just stay with Werner, you can see the rear end of that Ferrari, but perhaps just getting held up slightly by one of the AMs, but did a very good job of just staying the right distance away to not force the AM into a mistake, so he can take advantage as soon as possible on the back straight. Really good pro driving there. Sometimes people are just too impatient to get past, and it causes them more time delay in the long run. No, there's no Spurs livery tonight because Jacobs unfortunately could not race tonight, but you will see that beautiful looking thing again at Monza next week, I am sure. Anybody talks about the result tonight? Banned. All right. Right. Paul Sims is in the pits. We've only got 4 cars left. Needed pitting, 2 are in the pits. And we will see where everybody starts to feed back out onto the track once more. So what we're looking for the last couple of bits. Yeah, let's not talk about the football because you'll get me going. You'll get me going. Right. What we need to keep an eye on is Jacob Borowick. He's currently leading because he hasn't pitted. When he gets, where is he going to come out in relation to Rich Gasson? They were so close. There was less than half a second splitting the 2 drivers up before Rich pitted. Kev Walker is in the pits. Excellent. I feel that's why we didn't get a result today, because he wasn't going to race. We'll blame it on something. If I can blame it on anybody else, it's fine. So, where is Jacob? Still staying out. Jules still staying out. Are they going to try and take advantage, and by having a little bit of a later pit stop, having a lighter fuel load for the last 20 minutes or so of the race? Big Dave has just left GRDC. Shut up. Oh, to be fair play to Cole Palmer. He took a lot of stick during the match and got battered by bottles from the Spurs crowd, and then scored 2 penalties. Hopes for England as we see this Porsche on Porsche battle, Arnon versus Mitchell, unfolding again. These guys have been less than a second splitting them all race long. Is Garnham going to be close enough coming off the mountain this time? Can he get a good enough exit to get close enough in the slipstream to try and get a move done? It is not the easiest place to get a move done. The left hand at the end of this straight, it can be a bit dicey, but there are not that many places to overtake here. But he's not close enough this time around. Oh, well, I'm pleased for you, Jordan. At least someone got something out of it. These 2 are the closest cars on track at the moment. But Yaki, our current AM leader, doing a very good job mixing it up with the back end of the pros. He's been a bit of a pest in the rear view mirror of Trev Waite. He's got a nice, healthy advantage over nearest on the track at the moment, who is Renato Ribeiro, who is 8.5 seconds back. Jacco just needs to keep it nice and clean. Oh, Trev just has a bit of a mishap. Jacco does really, really well to avoid and the wall. But that also puts another car between him and Renato. Jacob is in the pits, so we need to see where Rich Gasson is. Rich Gasson is coming round the last corner at the moment. Where is he going to be when Jacob leaves the pits? Jacob's not coming out just yet. He's just leaving now. Let's watch this. D2 was so close in the first part of the race. There's 22 minutes left on the clock. But Rich Gasson has got a bit of a nice gap, really, over Jacob. It looks like Jacob would have changed tyres. James making easy work to get past Kev Walker. Trev's in the pits after the damage. So frustrating. You push so hard, just a fraction late on the brakes or early can cause such a mishap. Holding on to the brakes too long. Yeah, Kev RTG'd. Feel for him. Took the bigger option out, RTG'd, so not to hold up or mess anyone else's race up. The sportsmanship is superb as we watch this battle between Garnham and Mitchell. Still just over half second splitting these two drivers, and this is how it's been all race long. Just one mistake is going to be, is all it takes. It's all it takes. As Werner Skoman, currently third, was jumped by Van Nimmen in the pits, but is now reeling the Ferrari back in. Does that mean that Van Nimmen did not take tyres? And that saving that 5 seconds was how he managed to gain the advantage over the Mustang driver. But last time we checked in on these two, it looked like Skoman's tyres were not quite up to temperature, but they certainly are now, as he is under a second behind Nimmen. Let's just jump on board, get a view what it's like from the cockpit of the Mustang. The Mustang pulls so quick out of the corners. Can he use that to his advantage here? Get on the power as early as you dare. Don't hit the wall. Great exit from both of them, to be fair. He's not going to be close enough this time around. 0.9 of a second, splitting these two with 19 minutes left on the clock as they head towards the last corner. The last corner of lap 19 as Lindblom crosses the line now to start his 20th lap. He is still the fastest man on the track with a 2 minutes point 222. Let's check in with some of the guys that we haven't seen so much of yet, just while we've got a little bit of breathing room from everybody. So we've got Cobes all just kicking up a little bit of dust as I come on board. I do apologise if I throw anybody a bit of a commentator's curse. it is something I seem to do this series. Jacco was 4th. Quickest lap of a 2:0.740. Rich Gasson we've seen quite a lot of, but where's... Oh, there he is. Sorry, I could not see Jacob then for a second, but Jacob we've seen quite a bit of in 6th. We haven't seen much of Paul Sims. Club trustee, super clean Paul Sims. Now, is he starting to reel Jacob in? Currently 7th. Second and a half splitting the 2 pro drivers at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that to see if that time tends to drop at all. Jules having a nice clean race. Jules joined us at the end of Series 1. Been a tough season for her, but she has fought very, very well. She, her time's quick enough to put her amongst the big boys, as in when we split the classes between Pro and Am, but has been nearer the back end of the Pros and the front end of the Ams, that awkward crossover area. But we have not heard her moan, and she is doing a sterling job, and it is fantastic to have Jules racing with us in Series 2. Let's check in with Jacco, our current Am leader. After the mistake of getting past Trev, but Trev going back into the pits and RTG from the race, it looks like, completely. There's no pro car in between him, Renato Ribeiro. 10 seconds though, but a bloody good job Renato is doing. Currently second in Am, and has got 15, just over 15 minutes till he takes a very well-deserved second place on the podium. James Payton, 11th overall, 9th in the Pro. Again, a bit like Jules, is in that awkward crossover area of Pro, rear end of the Pros of the Championship at the moment, and the front ends of the Am. But a very good, solid, clean drive again from James. But we expect nothing less, to be fair. Kev Walker currently holding on to the 3rd place of the podium in Am. A nice, good, solid race from Kev so far. But you can just see in the distance there the Rothmans Porsche of John Bunny Mitchell, who is Jacco's closest championship rival, who's racing tonight. Can Bunny get back onto terms with Kev and try to battle for the last tier of that podium in the last 14 minutes? Not if Paul Gardner's got anything to say about it. The only thing bad I've got to say about Paul is that is a Liverpool livery that you are seeing. Other than that, top bloke, and he is still less than a second from the rear diffuser of Bunny Mitchell. Oh, super smooth fin, a couple of scratches down the side of his Porsche, but another solid performance as always from Aero, as he currently occupies 6th place overall in Pro, 15th in the race. Phil Brown, first race with us tonight here at GRDC. Then you've got Mikey Ball, whose first race back after a couple of weeks in his new rig, looking a little bit dishevelled on the front of that. McLaren. Unsurprisingly, these two are the closest cars on the track right now. Paul has got just under 13 minutes of the race left to see if we can get close enough to nab those extra few points off of Bunny Mitchell. Looking nice. Keeping it clean. Right, let's check in with Werner. It looks like he might have just had a few bumps and scrapes. The bonnet of the Mustang just looking a little bit. But Lord, he just hits the wall on the exit of quarry going up to the mountain. A little bit out of sorts. That will be music to the ears of Van Nimmen, who has now stretched his lead over Schoeman to 6.5 seconds and is looking good for a podium in his first race here at GRDC. Will Van Nimmen have a say in the overall race proceedings next week in the final race at GRDC? He just clips the wall on the exit, trying to not lose any time down the back straight, going past the back marker. Damon Douglas. A good job done by both. Is Bunny just starting to stretch the legs of that Porsche a little bit more? He's opened up 4/10 on Paul Garnham since last time around this track. As race leader David Lindblom starts his journey up the mountain for the 24th time tonight, looking absolutely solid and good for this. Yet another win. Yet another win. All he's got to do is keep it clean. Will it be this easy next week? Yeah, they are definitely catching. Well, it's still 2.5 seconds between Bunny and Kev at the moment. That hasn't really changed for the last couple of laps. It's been 2.5 seconds. Rich Gasson now looking to make his way past Damon Douglas again. This can be a little bit daunting, can't it, first time around? Let's recognise how well Damon is doing on his first online race, his first league race. First of all, it's not an easy track to do it on, as I say that, as he loses the back end. Commentator's curse is so strong with me this series. I do apologise, Damien, but I still don't take it away from him doing such a great job of being really aware of the faster drivers, and because we know it's difficult for new drivers, there's so much to take in, and it's Mount Panorama. So a good job from Damon. I hope he's enjoyed his experience. But in the first quarter of this lap. Lap 24. Bunny Mitchell has taken half a second out of the gap between him and Kev Walker and has put another half a second between him and Paul Garner behind him. Is this a late rally from Bunny to form an attack as he's giving it everything? Coming down the mountain, let's jump on board with Bunny as he comes round the last corner. On the powers early, Diaz gets a great exit out the corner. But again, that Ferrari, I might have just lost a bit of momentum coming down the last part of the mountain because it's 2.5 seconds. I know, I can only apologise, Chrissy. I do apologise, Damon. It's hard when you've got the commentator's curse like this. Do you just not commentate on the race? Do you just not show anybody? Yeah, I am a nasty commentator. Look who is reeling in. Werner Skoman now. It's Van Nimmen's teammate Gobers. He is 0.3 seconds behind Skoman as they head down the back straight. He's gaining into slipstream. It's going to look like it's going to be an easy move. The front end of that Mustang looking just a little bit worse aware as the Ferrari gets the move done. It was a little bit too easy. I think Skoman is going to be kicking himself. He's giving it everything. Oh, and he's pushing so hard, so he just comes and clips the wall. My commentator's curse is destroying people tonight. And I can only apologise. But that does mean that Gobers, who is racing here for the first time tonight, he's taken over third, but Werner Skoman has left the race. He's called it quits, which means Gasson is up to 4th, Borrowick is up to 5th, and Paul Sims is up to 6th. 4 points for these guys. Tough night for Werner. I apologise if the commentator can't even talk anymore. The commentator's curse got you, but it was a great battle. Yeah, I think he had too much damage as well. It is so frustrating, this track at times. I honestly thought Paul was going to go into the wall then. Let's just see how many people we can take out just through talking about them. Paul Garland trying to get back onto terms with Bunny Mitchell. Jacco. What a job Jackie's doing tonight. Whoa, what's happened here? We have, let's jump back 15 seconds because, oh no. Oh no. That was Rich Gasson. And that was P4 gone. P5 gone. He is down to P6. P6. That is so frustrating. So frustrating. And it's not looking too healthy. The front end of that Nissan now. Before the lights went green tonight, Rich Gasson was our current Pro Championship leader. He was looking good for lots of points, but he's lost a couple of positions. But Bunny Mitchell has lost some momentum to Kev Walker, which is now leaves Paul Garland right back in the slipstream. So no doubt any second now Paul will head up into the wall because this strong seems to be getting worse tonight. Yeah, it is like I'm a sonic ray gun. I can only apologise. We've got 3 minutes left on the clock. Let's see where David is and how long he's left on the clock when he crosses the line. Looks like we are going to have 2 more laps as David Lindblom comes around the last corner to start his 28th lap. Still, his fastest lap is a 2 minutes point 2:22. As Jules has now gone past Rich Gasson, who I think is just trying to bring it home. I think he would have only wanted, he was hoping that there'd only been 1 more lap. Not the news that Rich Gasson wanted to hear. 4 places Rich Gasson has lost now. Frustrating. As we see AM leader Jacco getting past Rich Gasson, who is just going to try and bring it home. Another lap to do. Again, under a second, these two. But it's not going to be close enough going down the back straight. What's happened here? Van Nimmen is overtaking David, has had an incident. Van Nimmen has taken over the lead of the race. David has got damage that is crippling him. He is now second. Van Nimmen is looking strong for the lead and for the overall win as he comes round the last corner to start the final lap of the race. We speak about it all the time when you race here. You can have, if the race was 100 laps long, you can have 99 really good laps. You get 1 lap wrong and you're not in the lead anymore. Is Gobers going to be able to catch? David's underfueled. OMG. What a season this is turning out to be. Not only did David get the laps wrong at Paul Ricard, was leading the race by a long way. Until he RTG'd and back to the pits because he thought the race was over. It wasn't. What a turnaround. What a turnaround. This is going to be music to Rich Gasson's ears. So we jump on board with Van Nimmen. Just manoeuvring past. And driver Aero Visuri, who won't make it difficult for him. Aero is an experienced driver. As Van Nimmen comes through the last couple of corners, he is going to take P1 top of the pro podium in his first race here at GRDC. Super effort from Van Nimmen. P1 in pro first race here. Doesn't get much better than that. But David Lindblom, we've heard, has underfueled, so he's had to turn that map down. He's going to bring it home in second. Sterling effort though, but he's going to be disappointed with that P2. But not far behind him. It was close. He was gaining and gaining, gaining. Govers brings it home in third. And his first race here brings it home and gets a place on that podium. Superb effort, chaps. And take a bow, son. P4 in this field. That is superb. He said was one of his best tracks, and he's brought it home and earned himself some excellent points. As we jump on board with Paul Sims as he brings it home in fifth. Crosses his line in fifth. Jules first, closely followed. Our Am race winner, Jacco Van Eck. What a race. Super clean, superb. Lights to flag win for Jacco. Take a bow, son. That is worthy of the podium any day, as Rich Gasson limps it home in a frustrating 8th. But this man has got talent, we know it. And a bit of concrete, a bit of brickwork has caused him to lose a lot of points. Barreto Ribeiro brings it home second in. Stop your hat, sir. Absolutely sterling effort as Kev Walker rounds the last corner to finish up on the podium in Am. First time here at GRDC. Well done, sir. Well, that had it all, boys and girls. How do you like them apples? Well, that's how we do it here at GRDC. Absolutely superb. Blimey. Well done, everybody, indeed. Now, if you like what you saw, do us a favour. Hit that like button. Please give us a subscribe. We do ACC here every Sunday night here at GRDC. It's the Luke Addison Racing sponsored Sunday series. If you want to get involved, join the Discord. Link is in the details. We also race AMS2 on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday. Come get involved in that. That is a lot of fun. We do Wreckfest as a chill out on a Saturday night. And of course, we do this on a Sunday. Next week, round 7, the last round of the championship. I need to go and sort these podiums out, do the podium graphics. We need to sort the points out. This is going to be exciting. Don't miss it. Tune in next week. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you guys later.